So we're just at the village of Comitades, just outside Sfakia on the way to Frango Castello, and you can see here relics of, I guess, hunting and the Second World War. Here it looks like a machine gun. There, I guess, it's a piece of social history. You have a stove, and I doubt whether that's an original uniform, but maybe it's a original helmet and gun. Welcome to the Wild West. So I've never seen this animal before. Looks like a marten or something like that. Actually it looks like a cat from behind, but when it turns around you see its face is not cat-like, more like a marten or something like that. And one wonders in this environment where it gets water and why it's got fur. There it is, and away. Today is Saturday. There's two young couples here. Local, maybe come down from Rethymno to the south coast for the weekend. They're going to camp out on the beach. I don't know why, but this tugs on my heart. I don't know why. Maybe it's their youth. Maybe it's the free-spiritedness of it all. But I just think good for them, and it brings back very nice memories of my own. About 10 kilometres shy of Plakia, and it's quite an interesting point this, because behind me, in the distance, very much in the distance actually, so we're talking there, between those two shapes, that is Psiloritis, and if we look this way, just away in the distance, yep, that there is Hachnes. So it looks like we're kind of, well, we're going in the right direction, that's for sure. And we've actually covered quite a lot of ground since yesterday. Rounded the corner and got a first good look at Plakia, which is just to the left of that peak out in the bay, and it's quite a beautiful place. There are some sheep sheltering in the lee of the roadside here, and a little cove with two people lying down there, 3 people actually, lying down there. I think they've got no clothes on, which is quite right in such a place. And I guess that's about, what, 4 or 5 kilometres? And it's eminently doable. Why is my leg bleeding, you might ask? Well, it has something to do with these goats and this fence. One of these goats had their head stuck in a hole in the fence. The horns were preventing it from releasing itself. Heaven knows how long it had been there. Couldn't eat, couldn't drink. It was actually getting what I can only describe as raped repeatedly. So it was over this side of the fence, and I had to climb through all these branches with palm trees and olive branches. I cut myself in order to release him, and it was no easy task, I can assure you. I had to grab both horns and push it back, and it was trying to resist. It took me a good 5 minutes, but we got there in the end. I hope he understood that I was trying to help him. Or her, because she was getting raped repeatedly, unless they're that kind of goat. So we have flowing water here, which again is very rare, and palm trees, which is not so rare for Crete. Okay, hitting the road again. Find ourselves in Plakia, taking a room because I was filthy, and seemed like a good idea to get a good night's sleep. So this is the room I've got, which is with bougainvillea outside, shuttered windows, not blue shutters but brown, balcony with little kitchenette off of it, and of course the plastic table and chair, must have feature of Greek rooms. Great view, fantastic view actually, right central on the front. Actually quite a quiet place, not too central, just off the centre. And this is the old style Greek room. It has a double bed here, and very kind of musty smell about it. It feels a little bit like a maybe a high school room or an office or something like that. It's got these twee prints on the wall of flowers. It's got another little bed here. I've laid out my stuff. Of course, it has an electric box open. Here you can see the mirror and the toilet, which is the old style Greek toilet with kind of open shower. Okay, there is a curtain there, but basically it's so small that it's useless, so you have to shower with it open. Why did I get this room? Well, because it's right on the front, and because it brings back fond memories of other old style rooms that I've had before, but mostly because it was a very old woman who'd had an operation for arthritis on her knee, and this is quite a chic place, and it felt like redistribution to give her my hard-earned euros. And the price? Well, the place might be retro, but the price is not. 35 euros per night. We are on day 8, Monday, just above the village of Fourforas, and we're en route for the summit of Psiloritis. We've been on the road for about 28 minutes and got some information from the Cafe Neon and the old gentleman. There was a group of maybe about 6 or 7 papudas outside the Cafe Neon, and they saw me coming and were very curious, obviously. And it was the usual narrative where they warn me of the immense dangers of going up on the mountain, and oh no, you're alone, you can't do it, oh look at your shoes, blah blah blah. And then the minute you toughen up and you show them how brave you are, they respect you so much, which is very 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 Greek. Anyway, so just got some water here. This is the last spring for a while. In fact, I think this is the last spring ever, actually. So here we go, more later. Well, here's what the path looks like up to Psiloritis from Fourforas. Basically, it's a rocky cactus strewn mountain slope, and I'm going to go down and try from another village because this is absolutely ridiculous. It will take me ages to get up. No pleasure at all from this. It's 4:30. I don't know how it managed to get so late. 4:30, and we found the other way to ascend. It's on a dirt road, which is the most zigzagging thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm really really tired. I feel like I'm coming down with something, like I've got beginnings of a virus or something like that. This is such a nice place with this spring, this little church, and plenty of shade under the trees. I'm going to try to get going again, but I might just turn and come back and sleep here because I am utterly exhausted. We'll see what happens. Standing above the refuge, we managed to find enough energy to get going again. It's tough, it's really tough today. There's a gentle south wind which is blowing the heat of the Sahara up this slope, and it's just very 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 hot. And you can see I'm in this area where there's a well, and it's fenced off, and that's the refuge down there. But if you look beyond that, look at the the atmosphere today. It's just it's Saharan dust. It's in the air. Very dry, very hot, very unpleasant to walk in. So we're about 1,500 meters. I'm not going to reach the summit tonight, I don't think, but we're going to push on and see if we can do a bit more before calling it a day. At the top of Crete. Somehow managed to get here. Very happy that I have. You can see me beaming all over. So the highest mountain in Crete, and the atmospheric conditions are very bad today. As I said, there's a south wind blowing sand from the Sahara, and the air is translucent. You can see the carcass of a sheep there. It feels pretty good on this side. It feels pretty sort of sheltered on this side of Timios Stavros, but because we're facing north at the moment, as we go to the south side you can get an idea of just how strong the wind is up here. My torch on. You can see there's actual snow inside this church, coming in from a hole in the roof, or maybe driven in through the window, who knows. And various artifacts, ecclesiastical artifacts you could say. And more snow over here, and some ceremonial wine, which may come in handy. Okay, so this is where we're going to be sleeping tonight.